Your JEE result wasn't completely in your hands, but choosing your college is. And the scary part is that somehow getting these options puts you into more confusion. Branch versus college, IIT versus NIT, placements, cutoffs, rankings. Because your coaching trained you years to crack an exam, but nobody, literally nobody ever tells you to pick your college. And the worst part is that you're making one of the most important decisions of your life without any guidance. Hi, I'm Chandan, a student from IIT Hyderabad who has exactly been in a similar situation as yours a couple of years back. And in this video, I want to break down the exact framework that I genuinely wish someone had given me during my counseling. Because if you get it wrong, you're going to regret every single day of your life for the next 4 years. But if you make it right, you're going to completely change your life. So stick around till the end because I've got some free tool as well which makes the whole process a lot more easier. More about it later, but now let's dive into the most important factors that nobody tells you to research. That's the first factor, probably one of the most underrated ones while making your college decisions. Because a student typically thinks a college is just classroom plus placements. Hell no, because the real growth happens beyond the classrooms. When I entered into IIT Hyderabad, I was so surprised to see how active the campus felt. The coding clubs, hackathons, the design teams, the sports facilities, or maybe so many different things like this. And this energy definitely affects you. Even if you're confused initially, the environment around you definitely pulls you into trying out all these things. You might enter into college thinking that you're going to crack the best placement offer. But who knows if you might end up actually starting your own company or getting into a different field like management, consulting, or maybe content creation, or so many other fields like this. And for an instance, the field that I currently study at IIT Hyderabad and the things that I do, the things that I build are completely irrelevant. And that's the kind of exposure that you get in the college. So next time when you start judging the college by just some average package number, think once again that it's not just the number which is going to decide it. Go beyond that. What is going around in the campus and how does the campus vibe match you? But here's the thing. Campus is a bubble. Eventually you have to step out to find more opportunities, connect with real people, participate in hackathons and do so much more. And that's where the next factor completely opens the doors for you or maybe closes them entirely. Students focus so much on the campus that they even forget there's an entire world outside that gate. And that world affects your opportunities more than you think. Being in a city like Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore definitely gives you more opportunities. Better internships, more networking, more events to attend, and that's a whole new experience. And this applies whether you are choosing between IITs, NITs, IIITs, or any other private engineering colleges. For an instance, IIIT Hyderabad, which is a private engineering college, competes with IITs or even performs better than many of them in terms of their placements. I know there are many other factors into it, but I genuinely feel the city around it plays a very huge role for the students to get that kind of exposure. And you need to make this decision whether you like to take quieter campuses with stronger bonds or a completely different experience to what you can get when you pick a college versus right in the metro city with that kind of exposure that get. Whatever you make your decision being conscious and not accidentally. So you got a great campus in a great city. But here's something nobody warns you. As an 18-year who is going to spend every single day for the next 4 years of your life, this is something you're completely unprepared for. Okay, so this one might sound small right now until you actually start living there. The weather affects your mood completely. And trust me when I say this, as a typical South Indian student, I'm not exposed to too much of a cold conditions. And if I get into a college like IIT Ropar or IIT Mandi, NIT Jalandhar, that is going to be very, very cold than I imagine. I know you might say colleges like IIT Roorkee, which is again a cold region, is definitely better over IIT Hyderabad. And even I was getting that choice, but I deliberately didn't pick it because I prioritized the weather condition more than that because it's an important thing for me and my health conditions doesn't give me that flexibility to be there. Now, I'm not going to say you have to stick into your home state or maybe regions around you. You have to get that exposure and be in a different places where you can have that kind of exploration. But for some students, maybe it's going to be an important one. Because I say this with my personal experience, I got into IIT Roorkee in my mock rounds and honestly, I never even knew where it was until I actually checked on that single day. So don't be that person like me. Research about the campuses, where it is, how's the condition, and whether you would actually fit in there or no. And next one is hostel facilities. And genuinely, this is going to be very important because you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life And one of the reasons again I talk about IIT Hyderabad is because of the hostel facilities, the mess, all these are much better than those old hyped IITs. And honestly, in no way I take their fame. They are genuinely great in so many other factors, but that's what I prioritized. And here's something most people ignore. Few campuses have some curfews. NIT Calicut, Warangal, or a few other campuses like this restrict their students to not go out of the campus, or maybe inside the campus after a certain time you're not allowed to roam in there. And that is very surprising to me when I initially got to know. So please research about your campus rules, how is it going to be there, whether you get that flexibility to move around in your own campus. All of this breaks down to some of the most amazing memories that I made at IIT Hedge, being with my friends, going out, and then it was so much fun, and these memories will stick around you for your entire life. So when you make this decision, definitely prioritize this one and consider every single one of them that I mentioned till now, as these small changes will entirely shape your college life. Okay, so now you got into the best college in a great city and with a great and amazing college experience. But what if your college academic curriculum completely traps you in, giving you no exposure to do any of the things we discussed? And that brings us to one of the most underrated factors of this entire list. So nobody researches this until they actually get in, but everybody experiences once you enter into the college. And I want you to be aware of it even before you make a decision. Because some colleges which run from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. will give you a very hectic schedule where you have to attend through a lot of courses, lab work, and so much more with very strict professors. Whereas other colleges will give you that flexibility to pick your own curriculum or maybe select your electives, and that is going to be very important for you as a student, because that flexibility is giving you the scope to explore and try out various options. And also, I'm not a big fan of the 75% attendance criteria, because having it as a compulsory is something that people feel very rigid about. You have to attend the classes even if you don't like it. But that said, I don't encourage you to stick in your rooms, do gaming all the time, and don't explore things. So it really depends on you. So this is the platform that I've built called CampusLoom. There are so many tools in this, but for now, let's directly jump into this college predictor. It's completely free to use. You don't even need to sign up. Firstly, you can see all the colleges. If you click on view branches, these are all the branches that you get. But once if you come to the left side, so here you can filter by the college types. How far is it from the nearest railway station, airport, and also coming to the academic flexibility. Is branch change actually allowed? Are the minor degrees offered? It's going to be the campus size. What's the student strength? How's the weather? And if you close this, left side you have one of my most favorite features, which is called as branch bucket. IIT Bombay calls metallurgical and material science, whereas IIT Hyderabad calls it as material science and metallurgical engineering. Obviously both are the same thing, but the way they portray it is a bit different. So that is why the smart filters will show you all the related branches as a whole set. And followed by that, there is flexibility, as I mentioned. If you just want to look at the institutes that offer branch change, just toggle it on and the institutes will automatically change. And coming back to the branches, if you click on this bookmark feature and if you click on view shortlist, this is all the list that you made. You can click on export and download it directly as a PDF and this map view. So it shows actually how much chance you have in what the institutes are. Again, if I just go on and filter CS, so orange, red, green offers me more chances. And that is all you have from this college finder. Alright, so two more factors, and these two are going to be very crucial to decide whether you are a student looking for a smart long-term growth or maybe an immediate short-term college decision. So let me ask you something. When you read about that big, bold, captioned thing about the highest package in their college, what do you feel about it? I know you might be excited that is the biggest point of attraction for the colleges. But honestly, have you ever seen any IIT advertising it? And I want you to consider it very strictly, because many colleges try to build that hype around it. And that's not something you want. That is just one or maybe barely two students. What about the rest? How many actually joined there? How many actually sat for placements? And what is the percentage of students that are actually placed? Because when you look at that only one big term, it looks so fancy and so amazing, but never really gives you the full clarity on what it actually stands for. So don't fall for the trap and don't ever consider it. If you are a great student, if you have that great skill, definitely you can crack any placement. That's what I believe. And looking at that, just one factor is not something you can actually think of. Even a top private college in Telangana would get a very great placement, better than most IITians too. And that is because of the student, not just because of the college. So try to be that student instead of chasing that one big number. try to chase your actual goal and that college level. And now, one last factor which is going to be a wild card that most students overlook. So every college has an alumni network. When you have a leverage at an old IIT or maybe a great reputed institute, the current alumni network are in a CEO or maybe VP positions, which gives you more networking opportunities, which means it's easier to find an internship, which might even consider to be a PPO or a placement which you can get. And that is really great opportunity, right? You have that people who has already built up that brands for you, and provided you have that particular skill in college, it's definitely easy for you to get hired, and it's an amazing thing that you can only leverage at a great reputed institute. I know it is going to be a difficult decision because not all will have the same kind of opportunities, but that said, the startup culture is currently on a boom in many of the institutes in India, and it's definitely worth checking how the alumni network of that particular campus is. And all this research will give you so much more insights than what your actual ranking or number will. And before I let you go, I want to give you an honest caution on everything that we have discussed. No college is going to be perfect. Yes, none of them, not even the one at the top of the list. Every college comes with a set of trade-offs. You might find the best campus facilities but in a remote city. You might find the best placements but with a brutal timetable. You might find the best of the best in the location, but the hostel life might just be average. So stop chasing the perfect college. Start looking for the right fit for you specifically. So figure out what exactly you cannot compromise on and prioritize that factors while you evaluate the other things that we have discussed. And also, as a bonus, I'm attaching a free college evaluation guide. And if you click on start the guide, or before that, there is college versus branch. I'm going to completely make a dedicated video on, and I'll discuss more about it. For now, if you click on start the guide, so here are all the factors neatly listed, all the 5. And if you click on how to research, it shows you what exactly that factor is about, what are the questions that you need to ask your seniors, and where can you even find that information. And finally, how can you rate them? So this rating is something used for the table that I've made. You can just click on this, you will get a Google Sheets where you can enter all your colleges and rate them as per your own factors. And as a bonus, if you are someone who is going through this counseling, you can just click on this connect. And this is the central hub where you can find the details of all the official JoSAA groups from various IITs and NITs. So feel free to check out the website. The link will be in the description. And one last thing I want to tell you, the decision that you make is going to be yours. Not your parents, not your teachers, not mine, and definitely not some online YouTube creator. It is yours. And you have to take that decision because you're going to be the one who is going to stay for the next 4 years of your life and who is going to build the next entire life you have. If you make it right, you are going to go with a lot of confidence instead of having the doubt. And you have to spend your life there living with the best of your memories and enjoying that college life. So take it seriously and own it. And finally, if this framework helped you, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel because there is so much content that is yet to come about your college life, how to start, because I love talking the things that I experienced in my life and I want you to follow this so that you get that real guidance. And it's going to be so much more. Put down all the comments that you have in the comment section. I'll try to read every single one of them and reply whenever I get time. You can also connect to me on Instagram. This is my ID, and DM if you have any doubts. Maybe I'll try to help you out. Share it with your friends. Share this video so that they might actually make their college decision, which is honestly one of the biggest ones in their entire life with their conscience. So yeah, I hope this helped you. All the links for the website, the link, the platform is given in the description. Go check them out. And if you're someone who's considering a drop year, or maybe you know somebody who's taking it, check out this video where I talked about my journey and also a free tool that I built about JEE preparation. Check out this video. It's going to be helpful again. And have a great day. Enjoy.
Just another good day. Sunlight on the pavement, feeling kinda lazy. Got this easy vibe, the world is moving hazy. Nothing heavy on my mind, just coasting.